Yo, so I want to do a video on some of the characters and their abilities in the game, just so I can get more familiar with them. But first, we all know the real reason you clicked on this video, and that's that big, beautiful font that I used. Today, we'll be covering Invisible Woman, but if you've got the Malice skin, don't be surprised if this kind of behavior happens in your game.
What are you doing, step bro?
It's the price you pay for being a cultured gentleman or gentlewoman. The first ability we're going to be looking at is Orb Projection. You'll basically just be playing dodgeball with your enemies. It has a range of 30 meters, so your enemies will hear you laughing at them once you boink them in the face, or in the grundle. Once it reaches that 30 meter range, it'll actually return back to you and can do a double hit. Or you could bounce it off a wall, or the ground, and it will return back to you even faster. That's why you might see me look at the enemy's feet on occasion. It's not because they got some sweet kicks on. The orb can do damage through multiple enemies, passing through them with ease. Just like bad Indian food passes through you. It doesn't do a ton of damage, so you're going to have to pick your fights carefully, like you're trying to pick the clean pair of underwear in mixed laundry, and it really works best with your other abilities. Now onto the less violent side of things. If your teammates have any paper cuts or splitting headaches, you can fire the orb right through their head and at an enemy, dealing damage and healing at the same time. And yes, it does go through your teammates, so you can clear up someone's sinuses and fix someone else's irritable bowel syndrome. You'll be a multitasking champ while healing and dealing damage at the same time. The only thing I'll say is trying to keep track of a moving target can be a little bit difficult sometimes, especially if they're flying. So getting some practice in might be a massive help for you. If you go to the practice area, head to the right, you'll be able to get some reps in. Just come up to the terminal, boop the button, change the bot, and then pick who you want to beat the snot out of, and change the movement type to dynamic. Then disable the timer so you can wail on them for as long as you want. Don't worry, it's a soundproof room and no one will hear them scream. So go out there and get some revenge playing dodgeball with Black Widow because she sniped you in that one game. And if you want to try someone else out to get that new hero smell, press H. Now we're moving on to Veiled Step, just in case you need to Alt F4 from a situation. You can activate it by going AFK and scrolling Twitter for 5 seconds, or by double jumping when the skill is active. If you attack, get hit, or use any abilities, it'll cancel your invisibility. Also, don't go using this in the changing rooms, okay? There's no need to be a perv. However, it can be incredibly useful if you find yourself in trouble, low HP, just double jump out of there, and you're Gucci. You can just sit back, relax, watch your teammates die, and get your passive healing on. Just don't be surprised when one of your teammates gets on mic and starts raging about no healing. Now we're going to talk about the 3-hit combo melee attack. This, I kind of wish I could use on teammates, just so I can get them away from me when they're really interested in the Malice skin. The melee is kind of like an oh shit, get off me bro, because it's a 3-hitter, and on the 3rd hit it will send them flying away from you. I'm not so sure I'd ever use this in game, but I might use it for swatting some flies. It should do enough damage to kill at least one. Then again, just with that push, you might be able to get a melee character off you. Moving along, we're going to talk about the Guardian Shield, so you can take Spider-Man and turn him into a bubble boy. It's definitely one of your greatest abilities for healing and protecting your teammates. You can plop it on down, protect one of your teammates, and it'll give passive healing to them while you're healing other people. You can also click the skill again and target a new person, as long as it hasn't been destroyed. If it's no longer needed, you can retract it with F, and the cooldown will be proportional to the health it had. If your teammates are moving like bat out of hell because they need to go to the bathroom, it's probably better to use this than using your left click to heal. You just keep spamming the right click like you're trying to pre-order an Nvidia card. And if you can help it, don't let it get destroyed because then it will have a longer cooldown, and you don't want that. Now we're going to check out the Rasengan, the Psionic Vortex. I prefer to use this ability like a trap card. I push or pull my enemies into them and then absolutely rinse them with my left click. You can aim it at the ground or jump throw just to make it a little easier to land, or you can hit shift. And if any flying enemies are giving you a head spin, just spin them on back. It'll leave them completely discombobulated, and no ATC tower could ever bring them down to land safely. If you throw the vortex out onto an enemy and they try to escape from it, just use your E as well and suck them right back into it. You'll get bonus points for saying, "You've activated my trap card, Settle Kaiba." Sonic Vortex is such a versatile skill, you can just use it in so many different ways. Dump it down on your enemies as you're fighting them in close range, dump it on the payload, or just do a little bit of extra damage to take someone out. It's so versatile you can even use it to make fruit smoothies for your teammates mid-battle. That way you got something to enjoy after the game. That's it for our friend the Vortex, but now we're going to talk about the Force. And no, I'm not talking about the do or do not, there is no try. This is the ability that binds all your other abilities together. It pushes, it pulls. You can use it to hit your enemies with a little bit of suck or blow. You're just like a multifunctional vacuum. It's also great for landing that last little slither of damage to hurt somebody, or pull one of the flying enemies down to you so you can hit them easier. But I think the best thing to use this for is making your enemies dance like a little puppet for you. You choose where they go and where they don't go. If one of them rolls up on you with stank breath, just force push them away. Get away from me, bud. And if someone's trying to escape your greasy little keyboard mashers, you just reel them right back into you. If you ever see one of your enemies jumping and you pop this skill, you're going to end up sending them to Narnia. They'll go that friggin' far. It's time we moved on to our final ability, which is the equivalent of a changing room. Anybody outside the boundary will not be able to see inside of it, so don't even worry about flipping somebody the bird from inside of it, they won't even see it. But don't go doing it to your teammates because they can see. When you or any of your friends are inside of it, it's got some crazy good healing. It does 160 a second. It's amazing for making pushes with, or cancelling out other people's ults, like the Punisher, or even the Nut Job. Sorry, I actually mean Squirrel Girl. It'll actually slow down enemies that are inside it as well, so you have even more of an advantage if they come in. If you pop this down in a situation where you think you're going to lose a fight, or you want to guarantee capturing a point, it's actually poggers. Finding the timing to pop your ult down is actually crucial. You don't want to do it when you're the last person alive, unless maybe you're trying to buy time on the cart, just keep it going, or touching. You can target place it down, but I usually just dump it straight at my feet, but it sort of depends on the situation. And beware of any places with wheelchair access, because ramps can actually mess it up. I've had it go real wonky before. It decided it wanted to go for a little road trip about 30 meters away from me, which is kind of weird since I placed it at my feet. Well, that's basically everything covered. And if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like, comment, and you leaving some confidential government documents down below. Peace!